So this was a video that we didn't want to have to make.
You say you think about it, you read about it, you see about it, but never think it'll happen to you.
They broke his wheelchair. I am here at the MCO airport, and Adam's chair is broken. So when we came up the jet bridge, it had been taken apart and it just won't turn on. So now we're going to learn the process of what to do when your chair is broken, because JetBlue broke his chair.
Much later.
Welcome to Orlando.
We are here in Orlando because tomorrow we are going on a Disney cruise. And we always come down a day early.
Yes.
And I'm real glad we did that today, because, I mean, we were on the first flight out, but like, I don't know that we're going to get this resolved in time if this was tomorrow.
Right. If we had to get in a cruise today, I don't think we would have made it. It wouldn't have happened because they're going to bring us a chair, but I don't know how long that's going to take.
So let's talk about what's happened so far. We got on the plane in DC, JetBlue. When we got here, I always peek out to see the chair and make sure it's there before Adam's going to get off.
Right.
And now, when you do this, don't step off the plane, because if you step off the plane, you're not allowed to get back on.
Yeah.
So I always peek out, but don't actually cross the threshold. So I peeked out, and the chair didn't look right. I could see that the basket underneath had been taken off. And the only way to remove the basket is to have taken the chair apart, to take it off at least part of the chair.
The seat, yeah.
You have to take the seat off to get the basket off, which meant they took off the seat, so they started to disassemble the chair. So I mentioned something to the flight attendant and I think the captain said, okay, go ahead, check it out. I can escort you back onto the plane. So they were able to waive the rule or whatever. So I go out, I put the chair back together, I turn it on, and I get an error code that we've never gotten before. I Google the error code, nothing, right?
Nothing comes up for it.
So then I was like, all right, I'm going to take the whole thing apart and put it all back together again. Maybe something didn't click right or something like that. So I do take it apart, put it back together, same error code. I try jiggling the brakes, battery, all of
free wheel mode, taking all that, try that. Maybe it became unlocked somehow. So put it in free wheel mode, put it back in drive mode, same error code, reseat the battery, took the battery out, put the battery back in. Yeah, we tried to do all the other stuff.
All the things. So now at this point, Adam is already in the aisle chair. Now, I kind of wished he didn't get off the plane, but they were trying to rush us off the plane. And I've heard that it's a good idea to not get off the plane until you know your chair's okay. But in this case, it seems to be working out. So I don't know that we would have had any other outcome. So once they got us off the plane, so that the crew starts trying to figure out if they can figure it out. And like, we noticed that one of the connectors was like not seated properly, and like it looks like it broke off, or like broke from its
housing or harness or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks weird, but.
So they were trying to like hold it and put it down. Like, I mean, they were trying like all kinds of things, and I was like, this is not going to work, folks. But
he was very helpful. The guy, the flight attendant, was very helpful trying to get my chair, because again, a wheelchair is our legs and that's our freedom. And so he was really trying to help get it back so I can be mobile. And so
this was one of the flight attendants. And then also there was somebody from the ground crew who came up and he was trying to help him.
Yeah. And then the supervisor was called.
Once it was determined that there was no easy fix, they brought us to the baggage service office or claims office, something like that. And once we got there, I started asking immediately about like what company, like, you know, who were they working with to rent a chair. Like, I made very clear that my expectation was that they were going to make a chair show up at this airport.
Right.
And because I know that every airline has a contract with somebody. I thought a lot of them had Scoot Around, but apparently that's not the case. There's a bunch of different ones. So
I think it's called GRC or GRS or something like that.
It's a global repair company. or Corp or something. So they work with them. And so they called them. I was like, this needs to happen now.
Right.
And they were like, well, we can you can go to your hotel and we can bring
I can't go.
it there. And I said, how?
Because I can't walk.
Those are his legs.
So how am I supposed to get in the car?
And when I said that, they were like, oh, yeah. You know what I mean? They realized how bad they had messed up, right? Like I think they were thinking of it as like a scooter, and so like, well, they can take, walk a little bit. No, it's a wheelchair. So they are sending a repair tech, and that repair tech is bringing a loaner wheelchair.
Right.
And so we will most likely be taking this loaner wheelchair on the cruise. I know. Hopefully by the time we return, they will have repaired the wheelchair or figured out what to do next.
Right.
So this is on them. They need to make sure that Adam has a way to get home, right? So they've got to figure this out. Otherwise, they'll be renting us a chair, take to DC, right? Like they got to figure it out.
Yeah.
So
this is something though. It's like I said earlier, you hear stories, you read about stories, and then it's very I don't know, it messes with your mind a little bit. Because again, this is your legs, your freedom. And so when that's taken away from you, it's like, what do? I'm stuck. I can't do anything. And like, I got emotional earlier because the guy's like, he's like, just breathe, take your time. We're gonna fix it. And so right now, that's what hopefully JetBlue will get it fixed. Hopefully they can repair it. Also hoping they can't, I get a brand new one. But
it's like, sorry, your chair was totaled. Here, it's a new one.
Like a total loss. But we'll see. Hopefully, we'll see what happens. We're gonna document this experience. See all the steps we went through. The people, the customer service people, they're really working at doing it. And so that part of it, I can give them good credit for. But overall, it's like just one minor grounds crew person can cost them thousands and thousands of dollars, if not more, in terms of like hotel or food vouchers and cab transportation. But mistakes happen, things happen like that. So it's like, all right, now the company JetBlue is gonna hopefully get back with us, let us know what to do, how we can repair it. Yeah, we'll see.
We are here waiting in the airport, sitting outside.
We don't live here, but
sitting outside of Starbucks because in addition to like scrambling to get everything done, they gave us a $48 voucher for Starbucks. Like a meal voucher. And they said, when the woman gives it to us, she says, they don't give you change, so spend it all. And we did. This is what $48 worth of Starbucks looks like. Because they gave us a voucher for Starbucks and we were going to use as many of the pennies as we could. We spent all but 56 cents. I feel like, because I didn't want to go over, Right. I didn't want to have to put any of my own money in there. So we got ourselves $47.44 worth of Starbucks. And we've got some snacks for later. I got a Fuji water bottle because, of course, I did. It's fancy. And overpriced, and it's on the airline, right? So I'll have the fancy water. So we are waiting now for the chair to arrive. It's not the same kind of chair that Adam uses, and so that's unfortunate.
Yeah.
I'll
tell you how it goes and how it is, and it could be a different experience because, I brought all my extra batteries and all that stuff. Is like, I can't use them now because different one.
Right. Assuming that we get this chair soon. They said they would be here within an hour. That was like a little bit ago, so it might be soon. I commend JetBlue for taking it seriously. Mistakes happen. I think there's some lessons learned for us in this as well.
More of the story, fly out a day early.
I mean, at this point, I'm like, do I need 2 days? Because, like, honestly, like this is a little much. So what we had planned to do today was we got here early. Like we took a 7 a.m. flight, which we are not 7 a.m. flight kind of people, but we had planned to do a Pop Century. So we're staying at Pop Century. So we plan to do a Pop Century video. We plan to do a go to Epcot and do an Epcot.
Yeah.
You'll get your Pop Century video.
Yeah, the Epcot
That's
one,
about
I'm
it.
not sure. But
No, I don't think we're
we'll
doing.
see.
I mean, I think we're gonna do kind of a low key day at this point, just because this is a lot.
It's a lot.
So instead of a travel day video, you're getting this. What happens when your wheelchair gets broken video?
3 hours later.
Well, it's 5 hours since we landed, and we are still waiting for the chair to come. So a company called Scooter Doctor was contracted to come deliver a chair and to also, come take the other chair to take Adam's chair to fix it. And there seems to be a lot of confusion, something about Scooter Doctor's van having the license plate stolen. It's all very strange. So getting a little nervous now, but allegedly they are here in the airport.
Eventually.
Hello.
Hello. So we got a loaner chair. It was a challenge, and it is very different in terms of the driving experience than his
my
typical
normal
chair.
So my normal chair is rear wheel driven, and I believe these are considered, I guess, front wheel driven. It takes some experience to try to figure out, but I am doing like swirls and donuts and things like that. I'm not trying to do any like burn the rubber on them too badly, but it's a rental. So yeah, it's a little bit of a challenge. I'm still trying to work on it. It's a good thing, like I said, we came early. Again, I can't stress enough how important it is to try to go a day early, just for things like this that may happen.
And today seems to be a particularly challenging travel day. So in addition to the wheelchair shenanigans, which took 5.5 hours to resolve, we are now waiting for Mears. And we pre-reserved Mears. Now when you do a Mears pickup, it'll say that your pickup time is, the time that your plane lands. But it's actually for that time plus 24 hours. So as long as you show up within 24 hours of that time, your reservation still stands. So we showed up 5.5 hours after our reservation, and which was fine within the window. But it turns out the bus that they have available, the lift doesn't work. This happens far more often than is reasonable in terms of these coaches. And it's not just Mears. We've seen it with Disney buses. We've seen it with other, it's just, they don't use them enough.
Right, they don't use them enough for them to be like on point all the time, make sure it's readily available.
Right.
The driver may tell dispatcher the lift is broken, or the dispatcher may not know that the lift is broken, but it shouldn't be this hard.
No. We are waiting for, they're either bringing a taxi or a shuttle van or something like that for us. So other folks are leaving right now, going to Pop Century without us. Yeah, right. Bye-bye. Because, the lift doesn't work. So now we will hopefully soon. They're waiting for the shuttle situation to arrive. It'll be either an accessible taxi or an accessible van, which we've taken both of those things from Mears before.
Yeah, it's fine.
So we're waiting for that, which, so more waiting. So we are now at, I think, 6 hours having being in the airport, and our hotel room is ready, so that's great. Not sure what we're gonna do tonight, if anything. I mean,
we'll still got to get footage. We'll do the room tour and all that stuff.
Yes, we'll do the room tour. We will do the room tour. But after that, I don't know. We're kind of tired.
See.
This has been kind of an exhausting day, so we'll see. Gonna play it by ear. Maybe we'll hop into Epcot for some dinner. I don't know, but film the Skyliner. We'll see. Any thoughts you want to say on the chair or driving or
again? I will have to play around with it. I have to drive around a little bit more to get used to it, because right is left and left is right, and so on this one the backside swings out when I turn, and so I have to pay attention to make sure I clear stuff when I turn, and so I just gotta just practice, and I will let you know how it goes and see how it is.
So when you move it left, it goes right?
Right. So when I try to turn
That's crazy town.
this, because of the wheels, I guess they're central driven. Turning it left swings the backside right side out, and it's.
But you still go left.
I think so. I will play around with it and give you more details later.
I mean, I need it to go the direction you're telling it to go.
I just got to change my brain to make sure it goes in the right direction. Practice. Because I'm not used to this, I just have to practice with it.
Okay.
Yeah.
But if it's wired backwards, then we need them to bring you a different chair.
No, it may just be my mind is wired backwards.
I believe that. Fair. You know. So yeah, this is going to be interesting. Going on a cruise in a wheelchair that he's not familiar with. We're just going to have to take our time. I mean, you know what? This is under the category of stuff happens. And
deal with it.
One thing we know traveling with disabilities is that flexibility is paramount. You just have to be able to roll with the punches. And there's been a lot of punches today.
Yeah.
A lot of punches today. But we are trying to keep good attitudes and deep breaths.
Deep breaths.
And yeah. Okay.
Okay.
So, is this the end?
No,
because we still need to go. We'll film getting into the van or whatever shows up and all that sort of thing. So,
okay.
All right. See you soon. How was the getting on the bus?
It was a little bit challenging because it's not my normal chair. In most cases, they had me back onto it, and I was having difficulty backing in. So he told me to go forward onto the chair, onto the bus, log onto the ramp. Once I got on, I just had to maneuver into the right spot. And so, a little bit challenging because this is a loner, but again, I have practice, I'm gonna practice to get better at it. So far we're on our way now. So hopefully the rest of the day will go a little bit smoother. Yeah.
Later that same evening.
We made it.
Yay!
So, when we last left you, we were...
Still waiting for the Mears?
Yes, trying to get the Mears. So, Mears ended up finding a bus with, a motor coach with a working lift. And it was over in the other terminal, and they sent it over to, we were in Terminal C, which is the JetBlue and international terminal at MCO.
Right.
So they sent it over to us, so we were able to get on. They also had us be the first stop off, I think because they knew we were having a rough day. And because the people who helped us with the luggage situation passed us off to the other people, they wanted to make sure we were taken care of, which I appreciated.
Yeah, it was a rough day.
It was a rough day. So Adam is getting used to the chair. It is different.
It's different.
Yeah, going straight seems to be a problem.
I noticed that I have to hold it, I have to hold up my two digits and move it forward and back. I can't palm it like I do my wheel. So if I hold it with my digits like this, with my two index and thumb, I can make it go straight smoothly. So I did notice that on the way back when I was coming back.
Next steps are that the scooter doctor and the company that contracted with them to do the repair are going to assess the chair, figure out what's wrong. They're supposed to call me on Monday. I will be on a cruise ship, but I asked them to also send me an email, and then maybe I can do a Wi-Fi call because I do intend to get the Wi-Fi. It is now 5:45. We landed at
9:40 or
so it's been many hours.
Yeah.
And we just got here. So we are going to film our room tour, and then we are going to unplug for a bit and try to just, reset from this day.
Yeah.
For now, we're settled. We have a chair that he can use on the cruise, and so we are in an okay. It's not ideal.
Yeah.
But we are in an okay place.
Yeah.
And just trying to remain flexible and, deal with the punches as they come.
Yeah.
So that is what happens when your wheelchair is damaged. So until next time, stay strong, stay creative, and keep exploring. We'll see you soon.
This story is far from over, so be sure to subscribe and hit the notifications bell so that you don't miss what happens next.